skibbity riz. Why, oh, why is the music called jizz? All of the soda is all out of fizz.
I
And
hope
now
you know we're
Crispy
live.
is glaring at me for the biz.
Wait. Hit art with a truck. So, we're Izakai Pablo Picasso?
Yeah! Let's go, motherfucker! Sending him to a
Alright.
world of Furbies.
Alright. Pablo Picasso's gonna get hit with the art truck.
Hey, Andy, look at the title of our stream.
Also, hello, welcome to stream. I am Crispy with Storm and Andy Van. Hitting the ground running today.
All these squares make a circle.
All these squares make a circle.
A literal gallon out of the milk jug. I don't know where he got it. Oh, I just realized it would help to play some background ambiance like I wanted to.
Bijibo 7609. Also, thank you for following that Vector Albertical. Haha. It's a good thing I'm getting my glasses changed out next Monday.
Storm, I'm over here.
Ah! God damn it! What's up? Just subscribe for tier 1 for 25
Right
months.
on, right on. Welcome. This is my usual Tuesday drawing stream, and I'm joined with the Peanut Gallery here.
Yes.
And Crispy. Resident cursed Furby Mans of the BPL. Which, yeah, I wonder if I could get that on a plaque or something. No,
Potential?
I always make my life more difficult than it needs to be.
Well, yeah, that's called being crispy.
Yeah,
This is what you do.
I do,
This is what
don't
you
I?
live for.
By hook or by crook, yeah.
I'm a little excited because on Friday I'll be presenting the first piece for my musical to the professor I work under, as well as the students that are in the musical theater club, and there's just this little part of me that's like, yes, we start off with soft harp and music box, and then suddenly all the brass and the pipe organs slam in at measure 16. Like, with no warning.
Oh, you gotta catch him off guard.
It's like, we're gonna start sweet and soft like Beauty and the Beast, and then hit you with the bells of Notre Dame.
That or you just get weird with it right away. You know?
Yes. Well, this is supposed to be all, like, medievally opening first, and then
Gotcha.
onward to the violence. When I say this is a musical, I kind of mean in the way that Bollywood does.
So, are we gonna see a bunch of dudes get catapulted on a palm tree?
Not that specifically, that was already done. However, we're going to see a lot of violence, and people are going to sing about it.
Oh, so it's like Sweeney Todd.
It's going to be like that play that they did in the Addams Family.
Yeah.
Bathory
Yeah,
the musical.
That's not a bad way to put it.
Also, I'm not sure what model truck this is, so we'll just call it the Crispy.
It's an okay mo.
I do want to get one of those little Nissan trucks for around town, honestly, because I don't really drive my car too far, considering it's like 20 years old at this point. Granted, it's a Toyota, so old Toyotas tend to last forever, but it would be fun to have one of those.
Yes.
For everyone just tuning in, we're drawing Pablo Picasso getting hit by the art truck. Because Storm sparked that in me, and... Oh, hi, buddy. Sorry, my kitties wants my attention right now, Pudding. Hey, buddy.
Yay. Hit
I'm sure he wants fed largely, but, you know, you gotta give him pets when he shows up. He's my little buddy. give you one guess what's driving the art truck right now.
And he's going to use an SCP to dispose of the very concept of clothing.
I don't like the implications of that, because it reminds me of this music video I saw when I was on acid one time in Minecraft, allegedly.
Welcome to the Black Censor Bar Legion.
I mean, it could be worse.
I was a young lad.
It could be worse. We could be stuck in the audience like Whacker.
Oh, and Whacker's watching. Good. He's just in time for Furbies. His favorite subject matter.
Yeah, maybe he should get his sexy ass in here.
Oh, Jesus.
His old, wrinkled, dry, sexy ass.
I don't want to think about Whacker's chapped ass. As good of a Primus song as it is.
I'm going to use a rusty tuna can lid to shave his back. His skin will come off like sheets of papyrus that I will write his divorce settlements on in blood!
Is Whacker saying that?
No, I'm... So Patton Oswalt did this really funny sketch about the painter William Alexander. And I was referencing that. He's like, what was he? He's like, Bob Ross talked to you like you needed a painting lesson. If you walked away learning how to paint from William Alexander, that was incidental. But yeah.
Gotcha.
Enough quoting other comedians. Back to our stupidity.
Alright, I've been playing too much Arc Raiders because, OK Mo said Bobcat and I got excited.
News. Let's see.
I'm trying to remember what Pablo Picasso looks like. He was a weird looking dude, if I remember right. I am also thinking of the one painting one of his muses did, where it's him dead in his studio and she shot him, because apparently he was not kind to his muses, from what I've heard, but, you know.
Oh yeah, he was
Art and the artist and all that.
Yeah.
Just one of those things. And really, that I'd say that's more of a comes down to a personal thing, because, you know, I personally don't want to ever listen to Michael Jackson again, but I know some people still like him.
Yeah. Insert Storm Song conspiracy theory here, but we're moving on.
Yes, the moonwalk faked the moon landing.
There is reason to believe that his behavior was driven further and further by those around him.
I totally believe that.
Well, in order to get him to eventually, like, OD so that people could take control of his assets. Because, fun fact, he owned a good chunk of the recording, or the musical rights to a lot of the Beatles music.
That's right.
And then it reverted to the ownership of some other important people, whose names I will not say. And so there's a theory that a lot of the stuff that went on in his life was basically people trying to get his money and shit. Yeah, that said, I'm pretty sure that he was bizarre. I'm not entirely persuaded that he did some of the things he was accused of, but he certainly didn't do anything to help his case. That said, I'll never really know, so...
yeah, it's one of those things. But, you know...
But then again, I'm also convinced that Archduke Franz Ferdinand was shot by Chuck Norris because we all needed to be stronger.
I don't know, man. Maybe his head just did that. That is one of the funny things I like to say about JFK. Is like, what if his head just did that?
I said Franz Ferdinand, not JFK.
I do want to hear a version of Take Me Out, but it's in a Boston accent.
Lol. Hamster is on break, says Hippocampus. What atrocities have been committed thus far? Yeah,
well,
we're
I'm
currently.
drawing Pablo Picasso getting hit by Furbies in a truck. So, you know, nothing
Yep,
too
I inspired
serious yet.
I inspired Crispy by how I named the stream.
I also have no idea what Pablo Picasso looks like, so I'm just drawing essentially a bald fat man. Because that's, in my mind, at least what he looked like at some point.
He was bald. He wasn't, from what I can see, he wasn't fat, but he was definitely bald.
I'm sure he enjoyed a succulent Chinese meal or two.
Yeah, he definitely wasn't, like, thin, but he was average.
Like, my word!
Huh. I didn't realize he lived as late as he did.
What? What did he live till? Like 80s?
1973. I thought he died earlier than that. Because I was like, oh yeah, we actually have photographs.
I guess
of
he
the fella.
was fairly... Yeah, he was 1800, so I think when he started, wasn't he?
Let's check that again.
Or at least
Well,
like
he was-
early
well-
1900s. I don't know.
Or, yeah, early
Picasso's
19
history.
Okay, so he turns 19 in 1900. So he'd have begun painting by then, it looks like.
How do you spell Picasso? Is it two S's?
Yes, Picassss.
Ass.
When he was famous.
Yeah.
Fun fact, Hemingway tried to visit his buddy Picasso when Paris was liberated in 1944. His mistress, Maid, was the only one home, and she'd been living off important people leaving gifts for him. Huh.
Ah.
She told Hemingway if he'd like to leave a gift, he was welcome to do so. Well, I mean, it was Paris in World War II, so you did what you had to. So he went back to the Jeep and left a crate of grenades on his doorstep. It's amazing if true.
Where the hell did he get a crate of grenades?
Well, it was Hemingway.
You know what? That's... Yeah.
I was keeping these for myself. It looks like you need them more than I do.
Who is more crazy, Hemingway or Hunter S. Thompson?
Heming S.
Also,
Thompson
I
way.
hope people are enjoying the rockabilly.
He was a war correspondent. Oh!
Thompson was?
No,
Hemingway. Oh, interesting. I did not know that.
So
about
he
him.
probably actually had direct access to Ally equipment, so yeah, no, that makes sense.
I need
The
these
gates
crate
of
of grenades.
hell,
What for?
as we make our way to...
Motivation.
Oh, that's great.
I mean, I would feel motivated if I got to toss around some hand grenades. It sounds like a great afternoon. Alright.
Alright, this picture I'm drawing is not going to be the greatest. It's like really, really fast drawn, but still.
Oh, that's fine. I did this as a quick shit post, so... Because today, I wanted to do something we haven't done in a while. We're going to play the Cryptid game. And for people that aren't aware what that is, essentially it's the three of us coming up with a mythological creature based off of essentially rolling dice on different parts of it, and then I draw what we come up with.
It used to be called Build a Kaiju, but I think Cryptid is better because that's usually what comes out.
Yeah, the Cryptid game,
Yeah.
creature game, whatever you want to call it.
Whatever, fuck you, Andy. Joking.
I'll draw you as a cryptid. I mean, you already... Actually, you know what? I did. I drew you as the scarecrow eating a moldy sandwich. That was like one of my first streams I did. Alright, so let's see. What are the parts again? It's like head...
Head, body, arms, legs, tail, special.
Okay. Sounds good, sounds good. Alright, who wants to go first?
I usually kind of like use a dice to do it. Let me get up a dice thingy.
Whacker also says we should have the butt.
I mean, that could
that's
be
what
interchangeable
tail
with
is.
tail. Wait, Hemingway was a KGB spot. What?
I mean,
Like spy for the KGB or on the KGB?
All right, Storm, high or low?
I
All right, Crispy.
Yes.
Body.
Body. Let me think here.
Ernest Hemingway was recruited as a Soviet intelligence source in 1941, codenamed Argo due to his anti-fascist views. According to files released in the 2000s, while expressing willingness to assist, he was considered an ineffective amateur spy who provided
That
no
makes
actionable intelligence.
Body-wise, I'm gonna go with... if we're talking creatures, I'm trying to think what would be an interesting one. Shit, I honestly don't know. You know, we'll go with snake body. Why
Sure.
not? That came to mind. Alright. I think Storm goes next, right?
Yep. You sec.
Sorry, what'd you say, Andy?
I said, give me a sec.
Yeah. You're up next for cryptid bits.
Legs. Storm.
Okay, so body is snake, you said, right?
Mm-hmm. Long boy.
We're going to go with lion.
Lion. Okay.
Like
Okay, that's
leonine.
interesting. Yeah. I wish I would have waited to say that because Quidge Bro was like, please don't make a human centipede, and I'm just like, well, now you're tempting me.
Crispy.
Yep.
Crispy.
Yep.
It is rare that I bring up this word, for I despise it so. But TOS.
You know what? That's fair. I mean, I could do an abstract. This is Cubist human centipede.
I hate that.
Okay.
Whacker says abstracting quotations.
Well, I did just
Okay,
have
Andy?
an idea for that I don't think I want to do anything with.
Okay, so Andy, you had a... I think it's your
Oh,
turn.
Verbipede, I could guarantee you I've seen, like... I've
Me?
definitely seen Verbipede
Sure.
before. Whacker, the only
You
thing
know-
I'm high on is the Holy Spirit.
Rimward, while I would absolutely love that, I think I'm the only one in this trio that would get that reference. A Draconequus is what Discord is in My Little Pony.
Hello, Barry. Welcome to the stream.
What was the fifth one? I can't see your stream.
Oh, wait, you can't?
No, we can now.
I can see
I
it
think
now.
we can get to it.
Okay.
I was gonna say something stupid.
What are you talking about? This is the stream for stupid ideas that put on paper.
I was gonna say.
Say it.
Chuck Norris's left arm.
You know what? We're gonna go with that.
And it's in a fist, like he's ready to punch somebody.
I'm just gonna do Chuck Norris's arm, because, I mean, why not? So I just imagine like a beefy sailor arm with an anchor tattoo with a tail.
Okay, Crispy, high or low?
I'm gonna go with, low.
Okay, arms.
Ooh, arms. You know what? I'm gonna go with, like, talons, like bird talons. Get a bit of a griffin thing going here.
I thought like the whole arm was just gonna be long talons.
Oh, no!
Just like their spider legs. That's kind of fun, actually. Chuck Norris's legs
Right.
for the arms. I was actually thinking of like giving him like if I would have gotten legs like. You know Monty Python, the Holy Grail, when they have like the clouds jumping up and down with like the beefy thick legs? It'd be like that.
Alright. Storm song.
Yeah.
Flip a coin. Quarter
Alright,
preferably.
You see how this is?
Heads.
You get the head.
Yes!
Oh no! Oh god! Oh
You're going to be
no!
a prick inscribed with Mesoamerican symbols of cherubim crying over the weeping unborn children. Dad,
If you make the
I want
if
you guys
make
to
the
look at my.
description
I want you
longer
guys to
than
look
a
at my
sentence,
avatar. That's my face right now.
I oh my god!
Okay. Give me a second
Storm,
to think about this.
if it's longer than a sentence, I'm drawing a middle finger for the head.
Okay, so
Oh Jesus Christ! I don't like the laughter that's coming from you right now. Nor do I like the uncomfortable amounts of silence.
a burning alchemical rune.
A what?
A burning alchemical rune. R-U-N-E. Like an
Okay, I'm
alchemical
just gonna
circle.
write cosmic crack pipe for now.
Cosmic symbol. His head is a floating symbol of energy.
Oh my god. Okay, cosmic symbol. I have a dumb idea for that.
Lol. So, for the audience's sake, I am a profound lover of SCP and a frequent reader of the Bible. So, whenever I get the head, I go somewhere between Guillermo del Toro and biblically accurate.
Alright, and I guess I have special then?
Yes.
No, Andy has special.
No, you can have
Oh.
it. I don't need it.
Oh,
Are
okay.
you sure? You can have it.
Okay. Frills, like, you know
Oh,
that
like a
dinosaur with the long, like, frilly back?
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
a
like the one
fish-
from Jurassic Park, yeah.
like a long dorsal fin.
Alright.
Or not dorsal,
alright.
but, yeah, I think it would be dorsal, wouldn't it?
Now begins. Now begins the shit.
Okay, guys, read what Hippocampus just said.
Oh no. Oh! I was laughing at both what he and what Iron Phoenix said.
Yep. So we are building.
This
We are building a cryptid.
bath salts Trogdor.
Salts Trogdor. There's a phrase. There's absolutely a we here, Whacker. You're the one that brings we into this all the time.
Yeah.
You don't get to choose yes or no. Only we do.
Whacker,
'cause
there is
we
no
are-
time in there is no I in T, but there is an A in the asshole, and that's who's commenting in chat right now. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna make this bigger, and I'm gonna make this smaller, so I have some more room to work with. Yeah, there we go.
Our viewers aren't assholes.
I'm glad to hear that.
Oh no.
Oh, everyone
Whacker.
in chat, if you are upset by Whacker's current comment, I invite you to go find the most Furby pictures you can and send them to him via Discord.
And feet. He likes feet.
Yes, Furby feet combos would also be good.
Man boobs also.
Whacker, I just want you to know you asked for this.
You chose this. I know Crispy's address.
See, the thing is, I can't say anything because he actually does.
Oh, also, Crispy, you've been quoted.
Oh, Jesus.
Bath salts Trogdor.
You know what? Yeah.
Today's drawing.
That's fair. Honestly, I've had worse quotes. I mean, Halion has an entire audio library of things I've said in our podcast in the Ox Unplugged that would definitely, out of context, ruin any sort of, like, you know, election campaign I would try to pursue if I actually wanted to, you know, do something that is as enjoyable as massaging my undercarriage with a belt sander.
Yes.
Does remind me of... I forget what it was that my mom asked me about if I would enjoy doing, and I think my response was like, I think I would rather take a belt sander to my genitals.
God, your mother must have the patience of a fucking saint.
I was gonna say, you have a great
does
relationship
she.
with your mother, I guess.
Oh, you know. Where do you... The apple doesn't fall far from the tree?
Well, okay. So
I mean,
what you're saying is
met
it's
my
her
mother,
fault.
so... No, actually, I would say it's more my dad. I'm definitely more like my dad than anything. At least in a lot of personality-wise, I am. You know what's actually funny? My dad, he worked for MedEd, which, if people don't know, that's like utility. So he was like a lineman for them for many years. And he actually used to do doodles and things of stuff that happened at work that he would post on bulletin boards, and one of the secretary ladies at MedEd actually saved them all and then made a book compilation of them all at one point that he has a copy of, and it's just a lot of like, yeah, that's where I get it from.
That's sweet.
Yeah. I will say, actually, my dad is one of the reasons I started drawing, because, like, we'd go out to restaurants and stuff, and he would doodle on, like, placemats and things. And I was like, wow, I want to do that. And it was, like, one of the many things that got me drawing.
Yeah.
I was actually kind of thinking about that today, just like stuff that's kind of inspired me to draw like I do. Definitely a lot of cartoons, I want to say, were a big influence on that.
Whacker says Crispy's mother is a delightful woman, and I actually mean that.
He did actually get to meet my mother, so... And he introduced himself as, I'm from the internet.
Lord Troa says to Whacker, I will have you know I'm not a half-wit, I'm a chucklefuck and a knucklehead.
Yep. Okay.
Ramshackle says, hey, Crispy.
Hey. How you doing, buddy?
Troa, you've been quoted.
Oh. How about now? Again.
No, Troa has, saying, I will have you know I'm not a half-wit, I'm a chucklefuck.
I was going to say, what did I say now? That makes a lot more sense. We're all fuckheads here, it's fine.
Ramshackle says, doing okay. Craving some gabagool? What's gabagool?
Gabagool! I think it's a pastry? I'm not entirely sure. I don't really know a lot of Italian desserts. Or, I don't want to say I don't know Italian cuisine, because, you know, pizza, lasagna, spaghetti are the three Italian food groups.
Whacker, you're a delightful fuckhead. Capicola.
I don't know if I'd use the word delightful.
Whacker's delightful. We delight in him.
Yeah, he's a Turkish delight. He's Mr. Tumnus.
I'm Mr. Tumnus, and I'm here to spread my
Syphilis.
Weird opinion. Oh god, I was gonna say my weird opinions on like aliens and shit. You know, I know it's Chuck Norris's arm, so I feel relieved, but like I saw you starting to draw veins, Crispy, and I became concerned.
Hey, I saved those drawings for the DMs, alright?
Oh yeah.
Spara might be interested in those pictures.
No. God. Well, the thing is, if he did send it to most people that we know, it's like, oh, that's Crispy's shit, because, you know, I do have a recognizable art style. Which I'm actually kind of proud that I have a recognizable art style, I'm not gonna lie. And I don't care if that's humble bragging, I'm very proud of that thing.
No, that's something to be proud of.
Yeah.
Behold my latest picture, and they pull down the cloth around it in the gallery, and then like a bunch of people start screaming and running.
You know, I listen to this one music podcast, and it's always I always like kind of hearing just like the influences of certain bands and just what gave them their style of music, you know. I mean, a big reason I'm listening to Rockabilly today is because that was one of the things that really influenced the Cramps, which was a 70s band that, if you haven't heard them, I definitely recommend checking them out. Okay, so let's see. What is a cosmic stim? You know what?
Okay, here, I'll send you an example. And
yeah,
it doesn't have to be
cousin.
It doesn't have to be nearly as complicated as this. This is just an example.
Let me see those. Oh, okay, so like a transmutation thing.
Yeah, an alchemic circle.
Okay.
But made of fire and shit.
Oh, you know, yeah. You gotta get metal with it. Also, speaking of metal, did you know that the Beastie Boys and Slayer were on the same label at one point?
I can believe that.
Yeah. Actually, I think one of the guitarists from Slayer did part of... what song was it that he did the guitar on? I'm trying to remember. I think it was... I kind of want to say it was Fight for Your Right to Party.
I wouldn't know Majesty if it hit him in the face. Says Lowe, referencing Strong Bad.
Man, I need to like go just to homestarfighter.com and just watch some stuff. It's been forever. That and like early 2000s MTV with Blink 182 occupy a very specific part of my brain. That looks like a cosmic symbol.
Yeah. There. My strange desires have been sated for today.
Oh no. Make this grills a lot longer. Also, if people in chat like this kind of music and want a really fun artist to listen to, I definitely recommend checking out Link Ray. It's an awesome artist. Look up Link Ray Rumble. That is like a really great song. And I'm sure Wagner's in chat being like, "Oh, Crispy talk about music again."
Actually, he's just saying "Hail Satan," which is
Oh,
hilarious because if you actually know the etymology of the word Satan, that's the equivalent of saying "Hail the prosecution."
Like, I can't say anything because my wife has been watching Lucifer again, so she loves that show. Hi, dear.
She's like, name mentioned. What are you saying about me?
Oh no, she was giving a knowing look. She's like, yeah, I am. She loves that shit. Like, that is like one of the shows that I've come out, and she's just like in a pile of tissues on the ground. I'm like, oh, you watched the finale, huh? I did.
Yes.
We've actually been rewatching It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia together as of late, which has been fun. I'd say this looks appropriately snake-like, don't you?
Yeah.
God, this is like some Book of Revelations looking monster.
Yeah.
He's gonna challenge you to an arm wrestling competition for the fate of the universe.
What should we name it?
I was trying to think about that, and I'm not sure.
I don't know why I want to call it Arminous Fowl.
I kind of like that.
Arminous Fowl. There we go.
Alright.
And I suggest a strongly cool color palette. Blue fire and like green and purple
Ooh.
skin.
I do like the idea of it being a blue fire instead of a regular sort of fire. Ah! Oh, shit. Oh, no. Okay, that's why it looks different. I hit a button and now my buttons are all wonky. That is the one downside of using programs like this. Like, they're great for art and drawing, but then you'll accidentally hit a button and be like, oh no, my UI is all fucked up. I'm sure Storm can attest to that. He knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You use, what do you use again? You use, like, or
You
just
got me
started
on.
using...
You got me onto the studio.
Yeah. Because you were using what, like, Manga Studio before that?
Yeah, I just started using it. Before that, I was using
Yeah.
Psy.
Yeah. Oh,
No,
that's right. It was
Painful
Psy. Yeah. Clip Studio is just one that I personally enjoy.
Okay, so Apocalypse Cow and Iron Phoenix were coming up with names. So let's see. We have
Balthazar, Thailand?
Tail.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought that's in
And
Thailand.
Lump beef broth, burn face ass punch.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like Birdface Ass Punch. That's a pretty good one. Also, speaking of Clip Studio, here's one of the fun things I like about it, which I'm sure you can do with other programs. I just know how to do this with Clip Studio. But if you clip layers together and mask it, you can do things like. Wait a minute. Hold on, I'll figure it out in a second. Oh, that's why it's not doing it. Anyway, you can do stuff like that. I did it on the wrong layer though, so I gotta fix that. Yeah, that's the one. That's why it helps to name your layers, so you don't accidentally do shit that you don't want to do.
Yep. Can't go wrong with grilly gills. and blast hard cheese.
Yeah, and the fun thing is, when you clip the layer to whatever's below it, it will only stay in the confines of that layer. So, as you can see, I'm going over the lines, but it's staying within the boundaries of the lines on the thing.
In between the lions.
Oh yeah.
Sorry,
You're good.
Why?
PBS.
You're good. I'm sorry, it's your time of the month. Okay, so let's see. I'm thinking cooler colors, right? So maybe something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit more green to it. Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna change that for a sec, please. I think it's more fun if it's just like a regular ass looking arm.
Yeah, but it's not a regular ass looking arm. It's Chuck Norris's left arm.
Yeah, but they don't know that until it's too late.
Give it a tattoo.
Yeah, no, I gotta give it an anchor tattoo.
What does the tattoo say? I killed Bruce Lee. Andy!
Oh my god. No, that was something else.
Well, yeah, Tylenol.
This tattoo on here. Ah. Ah! Got the wrong brush on again. I don't always do that.
I am in a happy place right now because I am using one of my favorite instruments.
Theremin?
No, pipe organ.
Ah! I was gonna say, you do have that theremin now you're playing around with.
Yes, I am still playing around with that, but that's a little
Got-
too experimental for stream, or I wouldn't pay attention at all.
Yeah, I feel like a theremin takes a bit of know-how to use properly. Because it's all about, like, hand movements, right?
And specifically the distance from the theremin itself.
Yeah. Man, speaking of theremins, I know this is a not segue. I'm really looking forward to drive-in season again. There's this drive-in my wife and I go to that is really great, and they do a lot of like horror movies and stuff. Like we went there for like a David Lynch thing that was really fun, where they actually had the guy that played Leland in Twin Peaks there, and I was the only one in the crowd that said anything when he mentioned Red Alert 2. I was like, hell yeah. Because that was like my first introduction to like knowing that actor. And if people don't know who I'm talking about, if you've played Red Alert 2, he is the president in that. Or if you've watched RoboCop, he's in that as one of the thug guys. But I want to say one of his better known roles is Twin Peaks.
Yeah, I believe so.
That's a fun drive-in to go to. You can actually camp overnight there, which is good because it's a fair bit away. So we'd rather just do that than try to get like an Airbnb or something because it's obviously cheaper. But it's also just nice. It's like being at the movies. It's just kind of this sort of fun experience. They got a fun snack bar. We just kind of hang out in the car and just watch some movies. We went there for like a Scooby-Doo thing the last time, I think it was, and that was great. It was like the live-action Scooby-Doo movies. They were playing both of them.
Those movies were...
James Gunn's character assassination of Scrappy-Doo. That's not even a joke. That's literally part of the reason he made the first movie like that.
There was a life-altering moment when I realized that both of the male leads in that were also the male leads in Wing Commander.
Oh my god, I didn't even know that. That's incredible.
Yep.
The fucking Wing Commander movie, man. That was a bonkers movie. Like, I remember I saw it on TV once, and I don't think I only learned years later that it was like an actual video game. Didn't Chris Roberts cameo in that? I forget.
I believe so.
I wouldn't put it past him. He just...
It
seems like the kind of thing he would definitely be a part of. Just... I'm not gonna give a Star Citizen. I forget, what did we say what's the name for this guy?
Andy?
Yeah.
How'd you?
Andy, you're supposed to be taking notes on this.
I'm like speed drawing right here, motherfucker.
I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding.
There's so much chat, who cares?
Oh, damn. Shots fired.
Let's see.
I know, I like some of the ones that were suggested, like, what was it?
Oh, love beef broth.
The really good one.
Balthazar Thigh Hand. I thought that was
Tail Hand. Tail Hand was what was said. Balthazar Tail Hand.
Yeah, we'll go with that. That's a fun one.
That was a hell of a sneeze.
There he is. What a beautiful, beefy boy he is. So, for the rest of the stream, I had an idea of something that we could do. There's a little something I am currently working on for the BPL that I kind of wanted to work on in stream and just kind of give people a little bit of a sneak preview of something that's coming up. Storm, you probably know what I'm referring to. But Tex has mentioned that we are doing a Dwarf Fortress Let's Play, and I am making some art for that. So I think I am going to work on that. And if people wondering where the horse with the cigarette emote came from over in the Aux, now you know. But yeah, this is what I've been working on for, God, I think like a couple weeks now. So, and there's other stuff to it too, but yeah, you can kind of see here it gets pretty involved. So I figured I was going to work on that for a bit.
Do it.
Yes. The unfortunate part about it is it has gotten to the point where, my God, the layers have gotten in depth.
Yeah. I'm kind of in one of those modes right now because I'm writing for orchestra.
Yeah. I believe
which means a bare minimum of technically 5 lines and upwards of 16 lines. Chances are I'm not doing 16 lines.
Yeah.
Because I am not an 80s hair metalist.
I don't blame you for that.
I turned that from an orchestra joke into a cocaine joke.
Oh, I didn't even realize that that's what we were referencing, but I believe it, because, you know, it was the 80s. There's a lot of dudes on coke. I mean, I think I've said this before on stream, but David Bowie recorded Low,
Yep.
one of his best albums, so high on cocaine, he doesn't even remember doing it.
Such is his way.
Crispy,
Yeah?
I have finished.
Send it to me, Andy. I was going to do some overlay on that horse's back, but honestly, I think he's fine the way it is. I have a habit of putting too much detail into certain parts of a drawing, and then I'm just like, why did I do that?
Behold.
Oh, I love that. Alright, I'm going to show chat. Alright, so Andy, he came up with an idea before stream of a burger mech, and yeah.
Yum.
You know what's funny, Andy? This kind of reminds me of, like, Homestar Runner, if that makes sense.
I can see it.
It's the meal on wheels.
You're way too good at that.
Andy should definitely be a voice actor. We've said this multiple times.
It kind of makes me think of like Mad Duck's urban mech that shoots hot dogs out of it.
Yeah.
This is like his side chain, the hamburger mech.
That was some early Oxlore there. Honestly, the most time-consuming part of this drawing has been the shading, if I'm honest. And I'm not even going super crazy with the shading. I've started to try and actually... I've tried to kind of simplify my shading a bit because it can take longer than I want. And also I'm trying to go for more of a cell shading style. Oh, that's why. It's already there. See what I mean? It's getting complicated. Yeah, that's one of the interesting things I've learned over the years. It's like, it actually takes a lot more effort to draw in a cartoony style than you realize. Because it's stylized. Yeah. Oh, that's right, we have had this conversation because you were talking about with the art that you were working on.
Yep. And still, now that my hand's finally recovered from the carpal tunnel, I'm, like, recovered in the sense of that particular cramp is gone. I still have to keep working it out and such, but I'm gonna I'm gonna get back to the drawing here next week.
Nice.
Speaking of good life changes, so when I began my weight loss journey, I lost up at around 60 pounds from my heaviest point. I gained about 30 to 40 of it back. I've lost 10 of that again, so I'm back now down below 40 below my maximum.
Nice.
And I'm continuing downward. Easily
Yeah,
working.
that's good. Every little bit helps, right?
Yeah. And remember, if a slovenly fat ass like I can do it, so can you. Especially you, Crispy, you fat fuck.
I'm the skinniest out of all of us here right now. I don't want to fucking
Yeah, tell yourself that. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, or you'll eat that too.
My wife did just bring up cookies that we ordered yesterday, so I can't really say anything.
I love fat shaming people skinnier than me. Where's the land cart? What's up, ass?
What? Sorry.
What's up, asks? Where is the land carp?
The land carp? Probably frozen in the river there.
Diggs!
Hi, Diggs!
Yep, Mercury, it is important to attend to the health. And, always, because, like, the world will tell you all the things, and you'll get all the advices from all the people. Talk to your fucking doctor. Like, everyone's body's different, it is gonna do weird shit, and your doctor and, like, a proper dietitian will actually talk you through the shit. Beyond that, there's obviously the, eat healthier and work out, generally speaking, but, like, there's all these fad diets and shit. Like, talk to your doctor.
Yeah, talk to your doctor and be reasonable with it, Don't try to kill yourself working out. Just, do what works best for you. Like, me personally, I like riding bike. That's my cardio that I try to do. I don't really lift weights, per se, like some people do.
I hike and I weightlift, because, like, I'm built for that. Running is just not in the cards. Even, I can hike, like, 5 or 6 miles at a time if I want to. I have quite the endurance, but running's not in the cards.
Hey, man, I get it. I hate running as well.
And, of course, with me, there's the consideration of my age, where it's like, I need to lose the weight first before I even contemplate running. Or I, run risks.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Mercury, eat healthy. I mean, ice cream's good, but eat healthy.
Yeah, eat healthy. Don't sit there and eat a pizza like me.
We're
A whole fucking pizza.
Oh, that is so fucking satisfying.
What?
So, you know how I said it's like soft, gentle, like harps and bells, and then suddenly it explodes into full orchestra with pipe organ?
Yeah.
And making sure that every individual line contributes to the chord structure while every individual line also has its own melody. And it is not just harmonic assertions.
Yeah.
So, like, you could take every one of those 10 instruments, play it solo, and you would hear a melody. And not just, like, a chord structure. And all 10 of them line up and then hit in the big final chord.
Nice.
It's one of those just like, eat your heart out, Disney, I'm better than you. Well, okay, not Renaissance-era Disney. Like, Disney, Renaissance-era Disney had their shit together.
Yeah,
That's what
I
I'm
would
aiming
imagine
for, but...
most people probably understand what you're referencing there.
Yeah, I'm talking modern Disney. Although it seems like a few things they're doing are getting their asses out of their ass.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Yep.
I don't know.
Now,
At this
one of
point, I just don't really pay attention to shit just because I'm just tired of getting upset at stuff that obviously it's like they're just going to do regardless, and I'd rather just enjoy the things that I want to enjoy.
Yep. Happy birthday, Alkir.
I am
Mad
Happy
Duck.
birthday.
Mad Duck says he's proud of the Burger Mac.
Yay!
Doing the Lord's work, Andy.
Yeah. I had somebody tell me up front about the medicine I'm taking right now, which is kind of part of the weight loss thing, because... and I'm open about this, like, I'm a compulsive eater. It's actually, like, a mental condition.
Mm-hmm.
And it's part of the obsessive-compulsive disorder in my case. And so I'm taking this medicine that... The medicine doesn't make you lose weight or anything, it just curbs the appetite. And it did make me nauseous for the first couple of weeks, but now it's starting to settle out, and, like, my appetite is literally half of what it was before. Which is good. There's a part of me that's sad, because I'm like, no more buffet trips. But at the same time, it's like, also, no more buffet trips.
You gotta do what you gotta do, man.
And in a way, it's cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's true.
Diggs, today you are drawing Crispy in a schoolboy. Crispy in a schoolboy outfit, getting a lecture from Lady Red.
I don't like the implications of everything you just said.
And Lady Red is dressed like a Victorian schoolmarm. Diggs is like, whoa. That is Storm's sampling of Curse today.
Yeah, the drawing earlier wasn't you given the space room?
Oh, that too. He's like, I'm gonna draw that flower, but upset. And yeah, there's Balthazar Tailhand. We created another monster.
I also keep reading it as Balthazar Thailand.
Yes. And remember, little beanlings.
More people have died over the argument of its name than the monster itself, which is weird.
I actually like that as a bit of its lore.
Like, it's not actually, like, a threatening monster. Like, it's threatening if you start a fight with it, but it's actually some kind of, like, guardian of something.
Speaking of starting threats, or fights with monsters, you just reminded me of... I was playing Lethal Company last night. I don't think either of you guys were there for that, but it was so fucking funny.
So, I just realized my microphone was turned down. Here we are.
Ah.
Every time I record my voice, I have to turn down the gain, and I forget that, yeah. My singing voice is substantially more powerful than my speaking voice. Which, I mean, is true of most people, but... I mean substantially in my case.
Quit bragging. I'm kidding.
I mean, it's one of the things I'll brag about. Humbly.
Yeah, I got a 7-foot dick. 7-foot dick, you wouldn't believe it.
I would not want that for anyone.
I feel like if you get a boner, you just die of cardiac arrest at that point.
Exactly! Moving on!
Yeah.
I think that was an X-Files like episode.
I don't
It would.
know.
It would be,
Also,
wouldn't it?
I did learn that apparently the guy that did the movie Sinners is rebooting X-Files as a show, and I don't know how to feel about that.
If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
I suppose I just need to see more, but it's like, I mean, it's hard to just be David Duchovny and I can't remember her name, which I feel bad for not being her name.
Okay, this conversation. We've had enough dicking around in this conversation. Moving on. Better be a good story, not fancy graphics, says Diggs. Yes.
Yeah,
like,
pretty much.
And therein lay the rub, because, like, graphics are getting to where our eyes can't tell anymore, period. Like maybe a trained graphical artist might see some small delineations, but, and hear me out, focus on the plot.
I really hate
on the
when you
development.
just make a James Smith tweet sound correct, where he's like, how can we be real if our eyes aren't real?
Wow. Shit makes me
Yeah.
feel high as balls when you say it that way.
Oh, shit.
I feel like if our avatars were characters in the cartoon of our lives, it would be that really weird moment where you realize there's like a guy in Furby power armor, a red unicorn with 3 eyes doing magic, and one of those blue beetle-y things from Mario with a scarecrow sticking out. And they're all just hanging out together. And there's a bear occasionally watching them from the woods.
You know, it happens.
Diggs and I thought it at the same time!
Once again, I've made my life more complicated than it needs to be, so I need to fix an oopsie I've made.
You silly Billy.
I did the thing where I put things in the wrong layer. Actually, I will be right back. I need to use the bathroom.
But yes, little oxlings, little beanlings, little children of the auxiliary.
I smell children.
Yes, and you know what comes soon. For this Friday is the final submission day for the Talent Bachal. Bring me your best, or your worst, as the case may be. And this Sunday, you shall see all that has been made, and all that shall be. And if you don't participate, I'm gonna yell and scream and call you names. My character would look like either Bob or Doug McKenzie, says Load. Is that a reference to something?
I don't know.
Intensifies.
Okay, I have returned. I'm sitting a little bit precariously because I came back, and my cat Pudding is now in my chair. Hi, buddy.
What?
That's where you pick him up.
My cat's been acting
He doesn't
weird,
like when I
too.
pick him up.
That's neither does my Chihuahua, but I've learned to noodle a dog.
I don't like the term noodle a dog.
Like noodling, like when you stick your arm in the river and let the sea bass bite onto it.
Yes.
Like just imagine that, but with a Chihuahua.
You see that video where the guy's like, some people ask, what do you do to relax? Well, I like to come home and pet my dog. And he starts petting him. He's like, all over his hand.
Yep. The fanciest thing I do is speak like a drunken Kermit the Frog. I usually use it to confuse people in games because I find it funny, says Normetia. Oh,
Yeah, you are.
remember, shitposting and comedy are talents. Just like...
They really are.
Yeah. You were saying something, Andy?
Everybody wants his wife the pig. She knows how to bring home the bacon.
Right, I keep getting distracted. Church bell time!
No, we don't do that here. What are you talking about?
Shut up. Oh, right, I hate that one. So, much like any trade or art, you have numerous tools available to you, and I like most of Spitfire Audio's BBC Orchestra for the various sounds, but I hate their tubular bells, so I have to instead go to Sonatina, which is an older one that I don't use as much anymore.
You don't like Mike Oldfield?
Potentially?
Oh, Tubular Bells is the song that he wrote, which if people don't know what that is, that's the theme song for The Exorcist.
Oh, that! Okay, yeah. I didn't know by that name, but...
Yeah. I have an approximate knowledge of many things.
No, the tubular bells are what you use when you want to emulate, like, the sound of a church bell. But you don't want a whole ass church bell in your orchestra.
It does sound like it'd be a lot to record.
Oh god, recording a church bell is something special. The sheer amount of bass vibration those things create.
Oh, I believe that.
Dave. Okay, SCTV, got it. Speaking to what you said earlier about naming your layers, I am anal about teaching that kind of thing with my students. I'm like, you label things this way.
As you should.
It's not like my way is the best, but it is a way, and it is the way I'm teaching you.
It's better to just get into the habit of naming layers, because dear God, it will make your life so much easier later on. And I say that not having named half of these layers, and you can probably see why it's causing me some issues.
But like on top of that, like I even have a labeling system for projects. I'll save new version of the project each time I open it up.
Oh, see, I don't go that in depth with it, but I can definitely see the benefits of it.
Yeah, I usually put date first, then project name, then version. That kind of stuff, because it makes sorting life so much easier. Let's say, for example, I can't remember the proper name I gave something, because sometimes names are a little bit arbitrary or don't stick out in your head, especially if you make a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, God, where did I put that? And then I'll stop and have a mental exercise like, what was on the news then? Who was president? What movie just came out? And then it will hit me some memory attached to it, and I'll go find that date, and voila, there it is.
I've named this one Reagan Smash, so remember.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Hippocampus has the right of it. Church bells are actually powerful enough that if you ring some of the bigger ones with a person right next to them, it can kill them.
That's fucking wild. I believe it, though.
You have to remember, these things were made huge pieces of iron or brass to send a sound all the way through a cathedral. Now think of something the size of, say, like Notre Dame. Haha, and that's why you save every 5 minutes.
auto-saves, but yeah. To some extent it does anyway. I could be wrong about that, don't quote me.
Yeah. Well, I just pushed it to the breaking point, so now I have to reload my project.
Gotcha. I will say this is a bit complicated because I want to say this is one of the more involved projects I've done in terms of layers.
Yeah. It's very Larry.
Yeah. Because it's going to be multiple parts to a scene, but, yeah. Very elaborate in terms of what I'm doing.
Murder mystery.
Might a mystery. Oh, Pudding finally decided to get up. Oh, I forgot to stall the burger, get the burger back up.
Yeah. Also, to the curtain installers, however many decades ago, who couldn't drill straight and used bare inch-long screws in drywall, I hope a donkey kicked you in the balls after the atrocities you committed in this house. Hippo, I agree, but you also might need a therapist.
Oh, but the sweet irony is that's exactly why he messed up, because the donkey did.
He's like, oh boy, I hope somebody comes and digs me up and kicks me in the balls. That's my secret kink.
Now I'm just thinking of that line from Hysteria. This is Lucky Bob. Why is he called Lucky Bob? Well, a long time ago, Lucky Bob got kicked in the face by a herd of wild donkeys. And why do you call him Lucky? Because lately, no donkeys.
Well, they're not wrong. Man, ever since I discovered layer masking, it makes my life so much easier. sure one of these songs earlier had a bit of a Christmas tune in it.
Look, it's always Christmas somewhere.
I don't want to think about Christmas, man. It's February.
Too late. I've already put it in your head. You will accept your fate.
Zombie.
In your head.
Oh, I hope Whacker's still in chat. Zombie, the Cranberries is his favorite.
It's too bad that they're just basically Pachelbel's canon all over again.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
My sins outweigh yours, child.
I'm gonna pack you into a cannon. Remember when I said about getting too invested in the details? I definitely think I'm there at this point, but fuck it. Music sounds like it'd be in Spy vs. Spy.
God, these commercials are getting weirder.
For what?
It's an Xfinity commercial, I'm imagining for internet, but every time I look over, there's a 10-year-old with like a super fucking buff body doing pectorals.
What the f...
And I have no fucking context for this. I'm like, what the? Itomli says, where's Wally?
I don't like... I have a...
Wally...
Which is...
Yeah.
It's funny considering just... I went to school for graphic design, but I despise commercials with burning passion.
Bully Snake says... Bully Snake says this picture reminds them of a Sierra game.
Hey, I'd take that as a compliment.
Oh, that's why this is so complicated.
Yeah.
I didn't notice before. I'm like, wait, where'd the trees go?
I don't know if I don't know if I
God.
necessarily pointed it out, but yeah, this is gonna be multiple scenes. Like, hold on, let me turn off
I'm working on a song for that, and so yay.
Yeah. That's the one I want to turn off. Yeah. And then you can actually turn them off as well. So. Yeah, it's a bit of a complicated project. Oh, okay. Once again, there we go. Yeah. I probably don't need to go this complicated with the shading, but, you know, I care about the craft, to just put it bluntly.
Let's live on.
I've actually thought about it, because I've been putting together a website for myself, but putting about being a craftsman on there, because in a way I feel like I am at this point. I don't know. I have a hard time promoting or selling myself, if I'm honest.
It can be one of the difficult parts.
Yeah, because I don't want to come off like disingenuous or anything like that. You know, this is something I actually do care about. And even though, you know, yes, I'd like to, you know, do commissions and get paid for my work, I still very much care about it, and that care is a priority for me. So it's like, how do you promote yourself without sounding like you're just being a shill, I guess, for lack of a better way to put it.
Mm-hmm. Well, at the end of the day, you are in fact shilling for yourself. Like that is
Yeah,
the
but
fact.
you know what I mean, though, in terms of like shilling. When I say, I guess sellout would probably be a better way to put that than versus shill. I guess in people's minds, I don't know.
I kind of get what you mean. There comes a point where you do have to persuade people that what you're doing is worth their time.
Yeah, that is also very true. Which, again, I sometimes have trouble with because of self-confidence, but, you know. Which, granted, has gotten a lot better in the past couple of years I've been doing this, but there's always that nagging voice in the back of your head when it comes to these sorts of things.
Crispy.
A guy on Broadway, that does sound like a fantastic idea. Yeah, Sandy? You got something else for me?
Yes.
Oh my god! Alright, so, yeah, let me just... Oh no, I posted it in the wrong layer.
It's Schoolboy Furby.
There we go. It was in the clip layer, so it was like phasing through the tree. He's enjoying his nice big sucker.
Yeah.
I could definitely hear this
Ravana.
episode. Hmm?
Ravana, LA. The flamethrower.
No. I don't know if a fire is gonna kill Furbies.
Always a distinct possibility.
It did up like evolution where it causes them to like mutate faster.
Yes,
That movie is hilarious.
it is. I'd watch that again, honestly. It's been a minute since I've watched it, but I'm honest, this music is making me want to watch Space Truckers again. I love that movie.
He's good.
Yeah, it's one of those like 80s and 90s sci-fi movies that just sits in this very specific part of my brain that just like the style of it is, for lack of a better term, that's very space station core.
Yeah.
You know, like Diner in Space kind of deal.
Yeah.
And I love that. I just love that sort of worn feel to it. I guess it's a bit of cassette futurism in there too, but it just had a certain vibe about him, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe this is a lukewarm take, but you know, I definitely feel like when it comes to certain art and movements and styles and things, there's very much a vibe of it that people sometimes miss when they're trying to replicate said style. At least that's my opinion anyway.
It's I mean, nothing wrong with a sensible opinion.
Yeah. You know, I always want to check myself and just make sure I don't make it sound like I'm just being like, oh, I'm the authority on this, which, you know, again, that might also just be me, you know, being too self-critical, because I've been known to do that, believe it or not. But, you know, they just, you know, you develop certain tastes when it comes to art, and now, granted, it's entirely subjective, but, you know, there's certain things that I see that I like or that I don't like, and, you know, that sort of style of sci-fi, that 70s, 80s style, where it's very got a bit of cassette futurism in there. It's just that retro look to it. I love that a lot. You know, I kind of try to emulate that in some of the stuff that I draw.
Harold returns with a meaty sandwich.
Ooh, sounds pretty good. Making me hungry.
Meaty sandwich, meaty sandwich, meaty sandwich.
That's what I'm looking for. Man, I'm just remembering. I've been, just for my own personal sake, just keeping track of specifically with a timer, just how long I've been doing this kind of stuff, or this particular piece. I just thinking about like the amount of time I just put in just like the past week, and honestly, you would be surprised.
Yeah, there's something to be said for art being arty that way.
I mean, it's something that even kind of surprises me, because I don't necessarily think about how long it takes me to do some of this stuff, and then I actually like time it. I'm like, oh damn.
Yeah.
It's also one of those things that kind of makes me like try to figure out shorter ways of doing things. Help to kind of cut down a bit. Although, to be fair, this is a very complicated piece in terms of parts to it, so that time sink is understandable. Let's see what I want to do next.
Bully Snake says some painters spent months or even years on a single canvas. You're doing fine.
Thank you, Bully Snake.
Music's been quite groovy tonight, says Hippocampus.
Thank you. Yeah, I've been playing a bit of some rockabilly because I've been listening to a podcast talking about the history of the Cramps, which is a really great 70s band. If you like rockabilly and you like horror stuff, I definitely recommend checking them out. Actually, if people here remember the SpongeBob Lost episode, do you remember the band that comes on with what's the name of the bird? Patchy?
No, I don't.
Well, it's the lost episode of SpongeBob where they find the missing tape, and at the end, Patchy and his band, the Bird Brains, which it's so funny that what that's a reference to is the Bad Brains, but they come out and they sing a song at the end of the episode, and I did not know this till I started listening to this podcast, but the singer of that song is actually Lux Interior, who is the lead singer of the Cramps. And I had no idea of that, but apparently he was neighbors with one of the guys that worked on SpongeBob, and that guy knew him from the Cramps. He's like, "Hey, you want to be on this episode?"
I mean, weirder things have happened, like Nightwish, one of my favorite bands. Apparently, Yuka, the drummer, he ended up in the band because one day he was drumming so loudly in his garage, like he was a teenager, and his next door neighbor, Tuomas, who was the pianist that would form Nightwish, came by, was like kind of mad because he couldn't sleep or something. I don't remember what exactly it was. Starts banging on the garage door, and then starts listening and realizing this kid can actually play. And so then when the kid comes out, he was fully ready to start yelling at him and was like, "You want to join a band?"
You know what? That sort of kismet story of how bands form is, yeah, I totally can see that. It's like,
yeah.
Like, one of the guys that ended up joining the Cramps, he originally, he went out and bought a guitar, and they were like, "Should we tell him that we wanted him to be the bassist?" He was like, "No, we'll just have 2 guitars." Or, honestly, the ones that really get me is, some of the stories of how you get certain styles or sounds is honestly half the time just because it's done out of necessity. I mean, Joy Division, who would eventually become New Order, which I'd imagine people would probably know them from their little song they did called Blue Monday. But the reason they got the sound that they did is because they had a shitty amp, and so the bassist of Joy Division had to play it very high up, and that's what basically invented the post-punk sound.
Yeah.
So it's just funny how little things like that.
Yeah, or Tony Iommi, the guitarist from Black Sabbath, losing 3 of his fingertips in a factory accident, forcing him to have to play the guitar differently, and kind of leading to the standard blues but power chord sort of approach of early metal.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
what would eventually kind of come to be referred to in metal as doom, since metal kept getting bigger and bigger.
Oh yeah, 100%. And it's those little organic bits of just how art comes together that I love, and not to get too on the topic because I talk about it enough, it's just one of those things where it's AI will never be able to make art because it can't do art in terms of things like that. But, yeah. Check your bingo cards for Crispy ranting on AI, I guess.
I still think that in the picture where all the trees are cut down, there should be a dead Lorax.
Oh no, I'm putting that in there. I just
with
haven't gotten
cross
around
on
to it
his
yet.
eyes, and he's got cross eyes, and either an arrow sticking out of him or something,
or a crossbow coral.
I'm definitely doing that. I just need to. I'm at this point. I'm just I want to figure out the rest of the drawing before I focus on that, because that's going to be way easier to do than just all the shading.
We found this yellow fuzzy elf. We stuck his head on a pike.
I could totally
So
see
one of the
Chris doing
songs I'm working on for this, I joked with the idea that the dwarves see trees as the beard of the gods. And so getting rid of elves is them combing the beard for lice.
I like that idea.
And really, it's just them finding another way to insult elves.
It's because they were so short on ways to do that before.
Exactly. You can never have enough.
I'd imagine that the dwarf lexicon of insults is like that code book that the lady wrote for the lunar landing, where it's just a pillar in terms of thickness.
Yeah.
I gotta remember with this layer, it's all together in one.
Yep.
Starting to get Rube Goldberg up in here.
Hey, Cookie Mama.
Hi, Cookie. I'm working on some
She
more
says-
filters.
She says, "Are we really celebrating Dr. Seuss next week with a dead Lorax?"
Yes. I also forgot that was a thing, which makes it even funnier. If I get this done by next week, it'll be even funnier. I am the Lorax. I speak for the trees. Take care of them. I will break your knees.
Boy, somebody talk about breaking knees here, little fella. A bunch of dwarves just start circling him.
Oh god, it's like the gypsies from Snatch.
Put his body in the atomizer.
Ah. I didn't realize that was the color I was using for shading. Oh well. Fuck it, we ball, right? You know, I think it's coming together pretty nicely.
Yeah.
I'm like looking at it now, I'm like, I honestly don't think I need to do too much more to this, you know, other than adding a dead Lorax. But, yeah. It's one of those things I've also had to get better with, is just like realizing, hey, you don't need to add any more to this, it's good as it is. Because, I mean, you definitely could, I'm sure, relate with the perfectionism that is OCD about how you just want to keep doing stuff, and then it's like, no, you're fine.
Yep.
Oh, this is some bullshit.
Oh?
That's the mule.
Oh, I'm so happy about how this is sounding. So,
I'm looking forward to hearing that.
yeah, so there's this whole thing about, like, when you first compose, you're usually composing on a piano, some exceptions, of course, if you're a guitarist or something. And you're usually composing with the mind of multiple instruments if you are doing it symphonically like I am. And so, like, I'm sitting here, you know, listening to this on a synthetic piano, just kind of clunking away at the melody, the chords, kind of getting a feel for it, liking it, But then actually hearing it now with the sampled instruments with the actual intended sounds.
Oh, I bet that sounds good. Not sure if there's actually speech bubbles or not, but whatever. Make it work. You know what's funny? I watched a video last night of Aaron Hansen, aka Ego Raptor, watching Metal Gear Awesome 20 years later. And the first thing he said, and it blew me away, is like, I didn't know how layers work when I made this, so I had to keep erasing and redrawing stuff, and I'm like sitting there like, bruh.
Yep.
You animated not knowing how layers work. That's incredible.
You'd be amazed at the stupidities we engage in while we're learning.
Oh, believe me, I'm well aware. I've been in that boat.
Mm-hmm. It's still amazing, but yes, we are.
Oh, 100%. Like, being able to animate like that without knowing what layers are, like, that's incredible. Because, like, Metal Gear Awesome was definitely one of those formative, like, Newgrounds animations I watched. Like, I only really got into, like, posting on Newgrounds recently, believe it or not, but, just seeing... Like, I grew up watching, like, plenty of Newgrounds stuff, Just never, like, went to the site itself, I guess. Which is maybe weird to some people, but, yeah, it'd be like that. It's just crazy how much... I always forget, like, how much Newgrounds stuff... Not even indirectly, I just grew up with, like all the different Flash games and stuff.
There's a kind of a funny moment I have every now and then where, like, I'll go back and watch one of those animes I really love, or I'll watch, like, I'll see scenes from a show from back when, and I'm thinking, like, early Toonami here, so, late 1990s into the 2000s, and I'll see, like, the grown-up version of Enzo from Reboot, or I'll see Gene from Outlaw Star, or other characters like that, and I'm like, huh, yeah, that's where I got it from, because then I'm, like, looking at, the characters I designed, and it's like, tall bare shoulders with all the scars all over the face and body.
Yeah.
It's that sort of, like, that part of the 90s that refused to let the 80s die, but still wanted to be anime.
The one that definitely influenced what I do. Yeah, I know. I totally understand that.
Yeah, so then it's like, it's just like going through, this is what a 14-year-old Storm Song was watching. The psychology makes sense. Or like, listening to the music from any of the video games of that time, especially I say SNES, but really a lot of my musical tastes are because of the PS1 era. The PlayStation 1 and 2.
Oh, I get it. I mean...
Like, I think
I unironically listen to the Halo soundtrack because it is it is one of the best game soundtracks out there, I want to say.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and like, Cookie'll know what I mean when I say, like, just the sheer brilliance of the soundtrack for Final Fantasy X was one of the ones. Like, the game is, it's pretty good, but, like, the soundtrack just outstrips everything for me.
Oh,
and that's kind of obvious because I'm a musician, so that's going to be the first thing I'm listening to. But
hey man, I get it.
Yeah.
Honestly, sometimes I've had stuff from like Ghost in the Shell and things on my soundtrack list because I like the music so much. Or Cowboy Bebop is another big one.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, like March Through the Snow, Cries of the Planet, One Winged Angel, Kazanarkind, Maybe I'm a Lion. These are all just amazing songs. Uematsu Senpai is my senpai. And he will never know who I am.
Oh, that's okay. I don't think I'd want to meet my heroes. I don't know what I would say if I met Bruce Timm.
Well, I get the distinct feeling that Uematsu and I would maybe get along from a musical standpoint, but if I was like ever his employee, I would probably get my ass kicked simply because lazy American and diligent Japanese man.
Meanwhile, Japan is like one of the only countries in the world that recognizes death by overwork as a legitimate cause of death.
Yep. Also 10-minute warning.
Oh, that's fine. I'm just kind of tweaking stuff as it is, so...
Yep, no, just keeping an eye.
Plus, my wife is making dinner and it is smelling increasingly delicious.
Yummers.
Oh, food.
It's always funny to me how I pick up language from other people. Like, we all do it, but, like, I never said yummers until, like, Tim said it so many times.
That sounds like a Timism.
Yeah, Timisms are easy to pick up. Like, I'm going to go commit breakfast. I'm going to go commit breakfast.
There was one he said the other day that I was just like, bro. I don't remember what he said, though.
Well, and it's amazing because you know he knows how the Polish accent sounds to Americans, so he fucking leans into it.
Got to, man. Gotta lean into the fun shit.
I got
Why do you
very
think I
hard
lean into the furries so much?
Yep. Yep. There comes a point in the Legion where you realize Gonzo's love language is intense bullying, and suddenly everything becomes better.
Yeah, it really is. Just thinking of... Yeah, I can think of several examples of that.
Well, and that's... I'm not just picking out Gonzo there, it's me saying, like, everyone has a weird way of communicating around here.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Which is probably true of most communities at the end of the day, but you know the one you know, and...
Everyone's a character.
Yeah.
You know?
There's always that bit of lore that you find out about your corner of the internet that once you know, there's no going back.
Oh, yeah, it's like, I don't know how the hell I would explain the BPL to most people.
Yep.
I just mostly say it's like either like the art group I'm a part of, or it's just a bunch of weirdos that I game with on the internet. Because it's like, how do you explain half of the shit?
I call it the film crew a lot of the times.
That's a good way to describe it. It's definitely easier than explaining things like Birthday Spider. I don't know if you were there for that last night.
oh yes.
Okay, so you were there. Yeah,
I caught wind of it.
Yeah.
Or like explaining to my rabbi the stuff about the Jewish space laser.
There was one video where Tex was bringing up like some lore that I'm like was 90% sure was spirit science. I'm like, oh no, please, we don't need to get into this. We don't need to For people that don't know, spirit science is essentially a cult that was started by a guy on Newgrounds.
Yeah.
That is like, I am saying that without a single hint of irony.
I want you to imagine the creationist and the hardcore, like, evolutionist atheists arguing with each other, and they both stop for a moment, look at the Christian Scientist, capital Christian Scientist, trademark, look back at each other and shake hands and agree to now make fun of that guy.
Oh, see, I was thinking of that meme where it's like the internet browsers arguing and then it's Firefox eating glue. Or no, it's Internet Explorer eating glue, but it's like replace that with spirit science.
Mayhaps. Yeah, like... Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like...
It's some bonkers shit.
Yeah,
I don't want to get into the lore just because it's... Yeah.
And
I legitimately don't want to give these people attention other than just like, look at these crazy people. Sorry, I kept cutting you off there, Storm.
No, that's okay. No, I was like... It's one of those things where, like, you have plenty of, you know, Christians who are scientists and believe in science and all that, and obviously you have the ones that don't. But then you have this group that calls themselves Christian Science, and it's just one of those things that, like,
yeah,
this is like Scientology. Yeah. Well, because they come up with their own science, and then it's like, it's not even Christian anymore either. It's like, it becomes something entirely different.
It's moon logic. It just turns into moon logic because it's just like, I don't know, people get too deep down the rabbit hole.
Yeah. Well,
like,
yeah. That's what I'm getting at, Archon. It's like, it's neither. So then that's the moment where the Reddit atheist and the hardcore Christian just have to shake hands and be like, you know what?
Like,
you're not so bad a guy.
I like some fun conspiracy. I like a lot of the alien conspiracy stuff out there, mostly because it's fun. It's fun to think about. But it's like, some of the stuff that people take seriously is just... why?
Oh yeah, like I had one of those moments where I was talking, and there's one in every synagogue. It's just the way of it. But like,
there's
I was
just
talking
one in every community. You don't have to just limit it to a synagogue.
Well, and I was just speaking to my experience here, but yeah, you're probably right.
Fair,
so
fair.
like, I'm talking to our regular run-of-the-mill conspiracy theorist, you know, like lizards run the government and all that kind of shit.
Yes.
And we're talking, and he's the moon landing is fake, and like certain politicians have actually been dead for years and it's body doubles and stuff like that. But then there came the moment where we had a visitor who was trying to sell us on Flat Earth, and I could just watch the gears in the poor guy's head turning like, no, it doesn't work like that. And I'm like, please explain to the Flat Earther.
Honestly, it's just like...
And to be fair, I'm not going to actually make fun of Flat Earthers, because I think it does take a certain level of broken trust to get there.
Yeah, there was one story I heard about a guy that was a flat earther that was like an Iraq War veteran, and he was not having a good time, and that's kind of how he fell into that sort of thing, without getting too into the subject, because obviously that could... But yeah, it's just one of those things. There's only one flat earther I will ever respect, and that's the guy that built the rocket himself, despite not believing in rocket science, to see if the Earth was round by launching himself into space.
But yeah,
he put his money where his mouth is.
Well, and there's a lot of conspiracy theories, and I'm not talking about political ones. I'm talking about just like,
oh no, we're
like
full like dumb conspiracy. Or silly.
Yeah, moon landing is fake kind of stuff. Where in a way, I can get where it's coming from, because like, let's say you grow up and you're told like, oh, life is going to be this way, and life is going to be that way, and then it doesn't turn out that way, and you know, authorities lie, teachers lie, your parents lie, and suddenly it's like,
and I don't like it. Anyway, continue.
Well, and all of that's true, and so like, and even science changes and so forth. So then, it gets to a point where you become hyper empirical, and you don't even believe what experts say because you can only believe your own senses, and your own assumptions, and suddenly, without the grindstone that is, you know, daily news and daily this and that, a lot of times you will just disconnect from the framework of what we hold to be true, because the people telling you it's true have failed at being true all the time.
Yeah.
And then you go down the rabbit hole and you believe that the Earth is hollow or the moon is made of Swiss cheese.
Yeah.
Well, that one's just silly, but still.
It's a whole thing. On that note, I think we're getting to the end of stream here, so I hope people have enjoyed getting a bit of a sneak peek, and as well as, you know, our typical visual nonsense that we get up to. And hope you all had a good time.
And always remember to skibbity that Riz.
Yes, remember to keep that Ohio swag, YOLO 420.
Oh.
Y'all have a good one. Take it easy.
Quesadilla!